Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to episode. What's that
That
sound?
was Isabel.
Oh, of the LegacyKnitz podcast. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
I am the daughter mother,
I'm the mother grandmother.
and I'm coming to you from Burlington, Vermont.
I'm in Vernon, Connecticut.
And
On a beautiful summer day.
beautiful summer day. And this is Romo. He is our original co-host. He wants
Oh,
to say hi, everybody.
he's the cutest dog in the whole wide world.
Oh, are you the cutest one?
And Miss Isabel is joining us in here, but there's no seeing her. She's sprawled amongst everything.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you to all of our returning viewers for coming back to hang out with us. And for any new viewers, welcome. We hope you enjoy the podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, stitching, yarn dyeing, rug hooking, crocheting.
Good thing you said crocheting, because I have crocheting today. You didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
And it's really pretty.
Oh, that's so cool. So yes, insert fiber craft here, and that's pretty much what we can talk about on an episode to episode basis. So yeah, what is there to catch up on? I'm trying to think.
Well, we're coming upon Memorial Day weekend in the States.
We are.
And which used to be a really super fun weekend. Now it's kind of boring.
I feel like, again, it's like with young kids, it's really like, because I feel like Memorial Day weekend was the weekend where the pool was open and we had all of our friends over and we had a picnic. And
Yep. You went from the marching in the parade to all your friends came over for a pool party.
And we were so lucky because we lived so close to where the parade ended. We would just walk home. Oh my God, I just got so nostalgic.
I know. I get pretty like it I don't know. There's something about those holiday weekends, especially in the summer. Winter doesn't bother me, but in the summer, that beautiful mug. Oh my gosh, can't wait to get mine. In the summer, like we're opening the pool this weekend, and like I'm really excited about it because I love when the pool's open. Hear those birds, and it's super pretty, but it's kind of boring.
The thing is, like, because we had the pool, it was kind of like our house was the one that everyone congregated at, and like people would stop in, and
And I love cooking for those kind of events. I love. I miss that a lot, a lot. But yeah. So Memorial Day is right around the corner. We have a very traditional. I just probably stopped going to the parade maybe a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And we always sat in the same spots. And oh my gosh, that does bring back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
But so I hope everyone out there has a great Memorial Day weekend. It's a long weekend for us, which is nice. I think Dad took Friday off too. So that's pool opening day.
Ooh, I like it.
I know. So it'll be fun. I just want to have a barbecue.
I know.
But it's really boring with two people. It's super boring.
Monday night dinner.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay. And like, how do you make all those salads for two people?
I mean, the good thing is
we do have friends, We do have friends. We have lots of friends, but it's not something we've done with our friends is Memorial Day picnic.
It was always kind of a family.
It was definitely family, and all of you, when you were all little, all the nieces and nephews would come. So yeah, but we will start new traditions around that very soon because we have little Lily now.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to steal her on Memorial Day weekend.
I'm thinking of this pending theft for 4 months.
It's so funny because the last time I ran up, which was a couple of weeks ago, Dad was like, why didn't you just steal her and bring her home with you? It's like, well, don't think I didn't try. Really, really hard. Boy. If you would go buy that car seat and install it, it would be easier.
Make my job a heck of a lot easier.
I know. So yeah, so that's coming, and I don't know. Summer's really getting closer and closer.
It is getting closer and closer, which is exciting.
So exciting.
Well, I feel like I can probably share some news today.
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, I mean, for anybody that hasn't guessed, Justin and I bought a house. And we're going to be moving on June 3rd into, which is why the cubes behind me are pretty much empty. We have been busy packing and going through the house buying process, which for anybody that's bought a house or tried to buy a house, you know how extensive it is.
Except I will tell you, I don't even want to jinx it, but whoa.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything, but whoa. Nothing compared to some of our experiences.
For sure. It definitely was one of those, the stars aligned, the energy was right, everything, again, knock on wood a million times, really kind of worked in our favor. And the people we're selling or buying the house from are lovely people. I mean, we haven't met them yet, but they've just been really great to work with. We found a great realtor, just like coincidentally. And
well, it was just, I've spoken about this a lot because we have gone through that moving process many times. Because we started with a 2-family, we slowly kept building our way to our house that we're in now, which is not our forever house, sadly, because of its size and the amount of land. Although I would love it to be our forever house, but it would be pretty unmanageable. Who knows? But anyways, my point is, moving for us has always been a very, without sounding really weird, but a very spiritual experience. Like when you're meant to move and you're meant to live in a certain spot, it works. And we had our hearts broken one time for sure in the process of moving when we were selling our 2-family and buying a new home, and it fell through, and I thought it was the end of the world. And if that hadn't fallen through, we wouldn't be here today. So if you can always sit back, my philosophy is sit back and let it work and see if it's going to work. And you guys really did that. And you just kept putting one foot in front of the other, which is my philosophy always. Just put one foot in front of the other and see where it leads you. And again, it's not over yet. So we should be like
be over next.
But the other thing is, if God forbid something were to, it would be because
we weren't meant to be there.
It's not supposed to be. Again, some people would not buy into that philosophy, but it has been proven over and over in our lives. So I truly believe in it. So besides that, it's so exciting. I cannot wait.
I know, we're so excited. And definitely in the same vein of what you were talking about, I knew, again, it's not over until next Friday when we close, but I'll just knock on wood a million times right now as I'm saying this, but the minute we found the house and we saw the house and we started the process, I kind of told you, like, my whole body just relaxed, and all that overdrive thinking that I had been doing prior to house hunting, it just went away. Like, it just literally fell away. And I was like, okay, like this, it felt exactly how you were describing. It was very spiritual and very, I guess spiritual is the best word to use, but
it is. It doesn't, well, it does to me, but to some people, to connect that with buying a house might feel really like odd, but.
And that's the thing. It's not so much the purchasing of a property that is the spiritual piece. It's the piece of feeling your soul and your heart just like resting and being like, okay, I'm going to move you now. Like now I'm taking over. It's not. Yep. It's not buying the house.
It's not buying the house. It's landing where you belong.
Exactly.
It's landing where you belong. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting for you because you live in a teeny tiny apartment. And I remember when you signed the lease, you're like, we're going to do this for like 2 years. And I was like, no, that's not, I never said it because you know what, if that's what had to be, that's what had to be. And I would never want to put a negative spin on it. But I thought you are going to be like bonkers in 6 months.
And I feel like part of me when I was signing the lease knew that, like in my gut, but I needed that safety net of
yes.
We're not going to be homeless.
Yes. Well, and there was that scary piece in this because you're committed to the move, but the really so cool piece is Ben and Kristen are moving in on your heels.
Yeah, so my brother Ben, for anybody who is my first time viewer, Ben is my brother, Kristen is his longtime girlfriend, and they are literally, we are moving each other, we are flip-flopping trucks, and we're moving them in, and we're moving us out, and so even that piece, like, as we're knocking on wood, I know, God forbid anything were to happen, like, at least we don't have complete strangers moving into the space, like, there's that working relationship.
Yes, yes. You don't have to be like, oh my God, this has to be done, this has to be done. And it's all, I have to tell you, there's our Baltimore, no, maybe not. Yes, Baltimore Oriole is back. We have a Baltimore Oriole that comes every year to that tree. The hanging nest was there for years and now it's gone. And I'm wondering if they're going to build it again. I love sitting in this office this time of year.
You have a great office for bird watching.
I do, and I'm scared to death of him. He's getting closer. I don't know if it is or not. He's on the clothesline. That's why he's getting closer. Oh my gosh, he's practically on top of me. I can't. Oh, he's trying to fly into the family room. He must see himself in the window.
Oh no.
He is. He's getting super close, and it's kind of freaking me out.
He's
doing this thing with one wing is going one way and the other. He's right. Oh my gosh, we could cut this all out. He keeps going up to the slider on the family room, which slides out into a 12-foot drop. He's so close. I don't think it's a Baltimore Oriole. It's yellow and brown.
Isn't that like a chickadee or something? Or
no, it's bigger. Oh, it just flew up. I think it's maybe like the female version because you know how sometimes they're uglier?
Yes.
Okay, I'm done with that. That was really creepy though because he was getting really close and it's cute. Well, no, they're not cute. I don't like birds, but I'm fascinated by them.
They're very fascinating creatures. I mean, I think that stems back to when we were kids and everybody wants to fly at some point, you know?
Yeah,
like
pretty sure that's it.
Gotta be.
Oh my gosh, we should be going. We have a little napper. So anyways, so exciting. I'm so thrilled for you guys.
Thank you.
It is so exciting to think about. And coming to visit you with a lot of space is going to be amazing.
It's going to be life-changing.
It's going to be life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's going to be a huge adjustment. Just so you know, moving is, I was talking to Molly the other day about this. Moving is one of the top stressors in life.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know that. Even if it's a good move, it's very stressful and it creates a lot of upheaval in you.
Definitely. You want to know what? When we moved from Connecticut to Vermont, again, I had that peaceful feeling. Like Justin and I, you know, we packed the truck by ourselves. Like we just got it done. Like there were very few arguments, like maybe just like decision-making conversations, but like moving, again, knock on wood, is kind of our thing. We can kind of both put our frustrations aside because we know where we're going is better than where we're coming from. And
yes, but it's not the actual move.
Mm-hmm.
It's the relocating. And like, remember when we moved here?
Yes.
And we moved to heaven. And I was like, whatever. Like, because so my advice would be give yourself a month to adjust.
Yes, like new routines, new spaces.
Yes. Yes. Like I always thought adjustment happened. I just had this whole conversation with Molly. Adjustment happened like this. And no, it takes a while. Even when it's all good.
For sure.
That's my motherly advice for the day. Uh-oh. Is she stirring?
She's stirring. All right. We are back.
We're back.
We're back. So anyway, I feel like we were winding down the conversation about the house.
Yes, it's so exciting. So that's in a couple weeks. You may see us one more time before then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it depends.
I would say so.
It depends.
Yeah, depends. Either me or mom or both.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of our life news. But should we get on to the knitting?
I say we get on to the knitting. I didn't think I had much. I don't have much, but you start.
I don't have much either, but it's enough, I feel like. So first I will start with the most random thing that I picked up, and I don't know what it was. The spirit drew me to this blanket, and I saw so I knit a cozy memory blanket for Lily before she was born. And recently I've been thinking oh, I've been knitting a lot. I should be adding squares to this blanket. So I did. I just felt like picking it up, so I did. I added 6 squares. So this whole row. So I have foxtails, sweater weather, which this is the original sweater weather.
I haven't dyed that in forever.
No. And I love it. And I hadn't had the original. I have the 2 point, or maybe this is Needles Up. I think this is actually the Needles Up.
That's Needles Up.
So I don't have it yet in my blanket. So I grabbed the mini of that so I can make sure that it's in there. And then this is It's a Boy. This is Miss Lily P.
Oh.
Guac. And Grey Gardens. And then I was going to add in Castle on the Hill and Crack in the Sidewalk, but I was looking through and I already had Castle on the Hill in our Gold Stellina base. And
because that originally might have been in the Advent calendar.
I think it might have been. And same with Crack in the Sidewalk.
Yes, it was. That is so funny. I wouldn't have remembered that unless you said it. And it is so weird. We are so on the same wavelength, like so often in our thoughts. And the day that you started working on that, I have it in like a big Longaberger basket in one of our sitting. We have so many areas to sit in our house. It's ridiculous. And we don't sit in any of them. We sit right in here.
It's true.
But in one of those rooms, I had walked past it and I was like drawn to it. Like, oh, I want to work on that. Because I feel like I haven't, although this week I am, but I haven't finished a lot. Like I'm in this, I need to start wrapping some things up. And I walked by it and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to work on that so bad.
You should do it. It satisfied this craving to finish something that we have both been experiencing.
Yes.
And not just one something, but 6 somethings. Like I put a whole row.
And I just love the fact that is like going to be her legacy blanket. Like really, truly, that is going to be something that she will have forever because it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. And it's super cool.
I'm so excited about it. And it's, for some reason, so I have another Granny Square blanket, that it's actually in this bag. And it's a bit bigger than this. Like I'd been working on it for a while. But for some reason, working on that one feels like I can't get much progress done because it's so much bigger. So having this small blanket that I'm just starting, it feels
because it's growing with her.
Right. So I think next time, so I grew it 6 squares wide this time. So I think next time I pick it up, I'm going to try and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. So I can just keep going around and around.
I love it.
But yeah, it's super sweet. And I'm excited for when she's old enough to talk so we can talk about what her favorite square is.
Yes. Oh, I love it. It's killing me because I really want to go work on mine.
You should. It's such a nice break from big projects.
It is. I don't know. I'm starting to settle in again with knitting. It's really weird because we all do it. We go through these phases where it's like nothing really is fun or feels good or that real, I need to knit on something isn't there. And I'm slowly getting it back.
Yeah. Well,
slowly.
So for anybody, I always get this question. For anybody that's wondering, my formula, I cast on 40 stitches total. 40 stitches. I'm using all fingering weight yarn. I'm using size US2 needles. And Mom spoiled us, and we both have signature needles, the super sharp signatures, the stilettos. And
I'm telling you, that is the only way to work on a cozy memory blanket.
And it's so funny because we had talked either last week or the week before about how sharp needles really hadn't been working for us lately. And in every other project they haven't. But for some reason with this project, I fly with them and I don't break any yarn.
I don't know what it is. It was funny because for, Isabel, now she's in the other rooms because since we've been away, she's out of the office, which is hard because it's a linoleum floor. She loves to be with me.
I know, she really does.
It's brutal. But anyways, I had gotten invited to Christy Glass's My Favorite Things Christmas party. I hope I'm not making that name up. I feel like that was like she called it, because you had to bring a grab bag and it was like your favorite thing. And I really didn't have to think about it very long. Like, I knew it was those signature needles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a ton of our minis along with it. And I was really nervous because there was a lot of great gifts. And I'm like, oh, darn it, this one's not that great. So many people loved it. And I have a feeling at least 4 or 5 of them went out and bought signature needles to work on that, because it makes such a difference.
It's like treat knitting. Like, I always consider it such a treat when I sit down and knit on it, because it's a fun project, but also because these needles are so luxurious.
I totally agree. I think they're amazing.
And I still keep them in the original pouch, which tells you how much I care about them, because I almost never keep original packaging.
I know. I don't know if I have my original packaging there, which I should go check on them. I don't know how easily they would bend ever, but mine are like stuck in my blanket and stuck in a ball and just thrown.
I don't think.
Do not take good care of things.
Problem is, like, I would do that too, but I know I would lose them, and I am so afraid of doing that with these.
Yeah, I keep mine right with the project. It's the only thing I use them for. But you're so making me want to work on it.
You should treat yourself tonight.
I might this weekend. Of course, why am I thinking of that as the weather's getting warmer?
It happens.
Barely touched it all winter.
Happens every year to me.
It's all right.
Fine.
It has to be really hot. We have to talk like 95 degrees, high humid. We're nowhere near that.
Not even
Watch tomorrow. Watch. So yeah, so that is exciting, and I love that it's for Lily. I love that piece of it.
Me too. And I'm gonna try keep the I'm gonna weave all the ends in today so that I can keep up with it and make sure it's a finished blanket as I'm working on it.
You're so good. I'm terrible at that.
Crossing my fingers.
I know. I am sitting here working on my matching sock, which is the other thing. I'm really trying to wrap things up. Like, there's just too much laying around here that's ridiculous. So I had book club the other night, and I love to bring a sock to book club. And people don't even acknowledge that I'm knitting, and I love that. I love, like, Nat, what are you making? What's that yarn? Like, because that's my life. So I just like to, like, just be hidden with my knitting, and literally I enjoy it so much because I have my knitting.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't even finished the book, and I was in heaven. I didn't care.
What book was it?
It was a Jodi Picoult, The Storyteller.
Okay.
And I was listening to it, and there's parts about it that I was so grateful to hear other people were a little confused, because I always think, like, Sue, just concentrate. Like, stop letting your mind wander. But all of a sudden there was a new voice and a new story, and I'm like, oh, darn it, I don't know who this is talking. But I just kept going with it. Like, I'll just listen. It was another story. I like Jodi Picoult. It wasn't her typical formulaic story.
Which is interesting, because she's...
Yeah, very formulaic, and I liked her for a long time, and then I got kind of tired of that. But it was another story about World War II, and my book club, and my favorite person there, it's her favorite thing to read about, and I'm always like, no, we're not reading that book. And they don't listen to me. They vote on it anyway. So I said, this is it. No more after this one.
God.
But anyways, I didn't even finish it. But I had a blast because I was sitting knitting on my matching sock.
I am so proud of you for not getting second sock syndrome.
Well, I had it, and then I had nothing else to grab that was cast on. I'm like, well, this is a great opportunity. And I loved every second. I knit all of this, I bet. All of the orange.
Wow.
In a matter of 2 hours.
Wow.
Maybe I'm saying... No, I think it was pretty much all of that orange.
I feel like that's... Shoot, so what were you saying before that? Oh, you knit all of that in 2 hours.
Yes, so I knit all of that. I loved it. And it's funny, when we sat down to podcast, I'm like, I need some knitting. I ran upstairs and got it.
That's amazing.
I know. So very fun. So that's what I've been working on a little. Then I have more, but you go next.
Okay, so I'll start with what I just picked up to knit on. Hey, girly. So I just recently had fresh needles free, which I'll show you the finished object that I have after this. So I started my second Miss Lily P sock. So here's the first one.
Like, Mommy,
That's okay.
you said my name. I love those.
Aren't they so pretty? So
I think we still have some kits in the shop too.
I'll have to double check, but I think you might be right.
I think we do.
So I just do the oh, there you go. I just do the cuff and the toe and the contrasting because we've talked about this before. I am not a huge fan of doing contrasting heels for whatever reason.
It's probably just the breaking of the yarn and the extra tails, and
I just find it super annoying.
Yeah.
I love the look of it. Don't get me wrong. Like when people, I love that people do it. But for me, for a part that's going to be so hidden, and I mean, I guess it's the same for the toe, but it just annoys me to have to do, like you said, break it and start it, and
yeah.
But anyway, so this is the first sock, and I knit it quite a while ago. It's been on a sock blocker this whole time. Yeah. And so I've been dying for a vanilla sock. So I was like, you know what? Time to cure my second sock syndrome, and I cast on the second sock.
It is. It does feel so good. It must be time of year or something.
To like clean up all of those.
Clean up. I have so many single socks laying around here that is, oh my God, I got to move the phone. Okay, we're back.
So yes, that is what I've just recently started working on. Recently as in last night. So I basically got it cast on and got a few rows established, and yeah, this is what I have.
You had such a good knitting night last night.
I did, and it's because I mentioned this on my Instagram. We started sleep training Lily. We are using a program that was recommended by Mina Phillip of the Knitting Expat podcast. She was so generous in the sharing of all of her knowledge about what she found helpful with Layla. She sent me this really long, really helpful email. And so when Justin and I had decided we were going to start doing this, I went right back and, yeah, I love Mina. She's just so generous and kind. And
she's very generous. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So
that's so exciting.
So yeah, but yeah, what you were saying is she went down earlier than normal and was sleeping. So I just feel like my fingers just like got energized and I was just knitting.
I was like that on Sunday. I finished 2 stitching pieces and continued on with another one and was literally on fire. Like I just set my mind to, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's also, don't you think, I know for me it's focus. Like what am I going to focus on? Because I tend to be like, I'll do a little on this and a little on that. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that today. I am going to be super focused.
And
so, yeah.
For me last night, I had so many things with like this much more before I could say it was done that I just like literally picked up one, finished it, picked up one, finished it, picked up one, finished it. And it felt so good.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, so for these socks, I'm using US size 2 DPNs, Knitter's Pride Zings.
I was going to say those can't be 2s, but they are. These are 1.5s.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. These are 1s, not 2s.
Okay, because I thought these were 2s. Oh, I see how you say it's written right there. I didn't find that on my other ones.
I think it's because of the color. It probably didn't show up as much because it was a very light green.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I misspoke. These are US size 1s. And I cast on 60 stitches. I'm doing a 1x1 ribbing because I really like the look of a 1x1 ribbing. And after finishing my first sock, which has a fairly decent, I would say probably a 6-inch leg. Would you say that's 6 inches?
Yeah, I would say that.
And this is how much I have left to knit my second sock. I haven't.
Plenty.
What's that?
Plenty.
I haven't weighed them, but again, like you said, there's plenty, and I'm sure I will have left over. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing a classic drop heel, which you can see here.
It's my favorite. It's what I'm doing right now.
It's my favorite too, I have to say. I love the look of it. I love the structure. I love how strong it is. Um,
I love a drop heel.
Me too. I love knitting it more than anything. Like I love,
Me too.
yeah. Um,
Me too. It plus I don't have to think about it. I know all the numbers by heart no matter how many stitches I use. I know how to do it all and oh,
really. So yeah, that's my latest cast on.
I feel like too, like I want to focus on getting myself a beautiful collection of socks. I have a haphazard collection at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Some are old, some are new, and I wanna really like have a beautiful, organized collection of socks for myself.
I'm glad you said that because
Oh,
I
what bag is that?
Seashore Sharon. I believe she made. I believe it was. I'm 99. It was Seashore Sharon. Seashore Sharon made this and sent this to me.
That's adorable.
One of her most thoughtful packages that I get from her semi regularly, and I feel like such a flunky because I never sent her anything back. But
I try to when I see her at events or I see someone that will see her. I try to make her have some of our yarn, whether she wants it or not.
You will take this yarn.
Yes. Sharon, it's for you.
Yes, but so once we get into the new house, though, I am bound and determined to make her a care package. So, Sharon, I promise you, these are not going to go unresponded to. I know you do it out of the kindness of your heart, but I would love to reciprocate.
I agree.
So, anyway,
she sent us a lovely note for our the Lily P minis.
Did she?
I gave them to her at Needles Up. I sent them home with Paige.
Oh,
and but again, we are the worst.
I know.
At thank you notes.
No.
So every time I get one, my heart sinks. Like, darn it.
Oh.
It's so beautiful. Why can't I do this?
We're going to get better. We're going to get better.
I say it every year. It's my biggest fault.
I'm there.
And it's not because I don't appreciate things.
Right.
I truly do. I'm so bad at it.
Me too. I'm with.
Can I blame someone? It must be someone's fault.
Gotta be.
It's not. It's really not. Totally mine. And you can blame me because you got it from me. Go ahead, do it. It's okay. I'll take it.
It's fine. So yes, she sent me this beautiful bag and I love it. And what I decided is I'm going to collect all of the pairs of socks that I make for myself over this year and I'm going to put them in here. So I only have one in here so far. And they are my Freckled Whimsy striped socks, my Christmas Eve cast on.
Those are gorgeous.
Aren't they stunning?
Your knitting is beautiful.
Thank you.
Just beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh man, you're making me want to cast on my stripe that I got from Lisa, a fiber nymph.
You should.
Darn it. See, this is why we shouldn't be podcasting on a day. I'm losing my focus already.
I know. Well, so talk about losing focus. So I do eventually want to, and I blame Molly for this in the most loving way because I love her and you know I am obsessed with her. She knit a pair of Dani's socks. I forget the name of them.
The one with the pine trees?
Yeah, in DK weight yarn. So I want to do that.
I have knit DK weight. They're really big and bulky for me.
Well, for me, they'd be like house socks because I'm home so often. Like they would be like I would put them on over my or under my slippers.
Yeah, yeah. I love them. I just find them, they don't always fit me great.
Oh, interesting. And I've never knit a pair, so it would be a test for me to see if.
Yeah.
But I would want to do it in one of our DKs. I'm thinking if I have any leftover of something, I might. I don't know. Anyway, so that's another thing that I have on my brain as far as socks. But as I continue to finish socks, I'm going to put them in here kind of along the same vein as Kristen's box of socks, Cal, but I'm not as committed to.
You're going to have a bag of socks.
Bag of socks.
That is so fun.
Oh, anyway.
I'm going to copy you, of course. Sorry. And start a separate. I have one started in the other room with probably brand new socks in from last year that I forgot about.
See?
I'm going to go look that up when we're done.
I love it.
All right, so I crocheted something that I don't even think you've seen this.
No, I'm dying to see now.
Yeah, so I am a member of a prayer shawl ministry, and I'm a total loser dropout. Like, people come in with like 5 new prayer shawls a month. I'm lucky if I do one a year.
But
One.
you do one a year.
I don't know that I have yet this year, but I'm almost done. So, anyways, I was there and I'm working on one, and it's a feather and fan. And we use big box store yarn because it's practical and it's washable and it's durable. And part of that for me is there is something to be said for working with luscious yarns when you're knitting. I'm basically very spoiled by beautiful yarn. But I was sitting there, and like, a good friend of mine sits next to me and she mocks me the whole time. Like, oh, is that a new one? It's like, no, it's not. And then I hold it up and it's like this big. I'm like, do you think I'm done? Do you think it's long enough? So we joke. But anyways, I was looking at these other women who are crocheting prayer shawls, which I like crochet for certain things and I don't like it for another thing, but I fell in love with this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's hysterical. Candy shop yarn. I don't know where they got it because I won it because we do raffles, and I wanted to win this so bad and I never win anything, and mine was the first name. So you would have thought I won the lottery. I was like, not that I couldn't run and buy this, but I was too lazy.
Like, feeling about winning.
Yeah, I won. So it's candy shop yarn I'm using. I will apologize right now. I do not have the pattern for this. I did not write it down. I memorized it. I don't know where it came from. It is stunning. Stunning. You're going to die. And I did this. I can do a ball in 2 hours. So I thought I need to start crocheting prayer shawls so I can stop being like, and I'm the like professional knitter in the group, and I'm like loser city, and like
they're probably like when you leave, like, oh, poor Sue, she thinks professional.
No, because they don't even know what I do. But look at this,
Mom. That is stunning.
Isn't it beautiful?
Can you hold it still for a second? Wow.
I'm gonna go slow.
That is so gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous?
My God, yes.
I love it. So this is ball number 4, and I'm going to go out today. I'm going to leave my house today if it kills me. We've talked about this. I never leave because I work from here. So it's always one more thing, one more thing. Today it's beautiful out. I have plenty I should be doing, but I'm going out. So I'm going to get one more of these. Isn't it beautiful?
It's stunning. When you said you crocheted a prayer shawl, I was like, okay, we'll see what
it's going to be weird.
It's stunning.
It's gorgeous. Ooh, why does it look like it got bigger? Hold on. Hope I didn't increase it I don't think so. Anyways, I'm tempted to show my partner that sits next to me. I'm tempted to buy like 2 more colorways and bring in like 5 or 3 and be like, how many did you bring?
Look at how many I have.
Look at what I have.
Well, first off, how do you do that so quickly? Why is that so much faster?
It's so fast. I don't know. So we had to go visit with Aunt Teresa. It's an hour there and an hour back, and we probably have to do it again. And I bring this and I go through it. It flies.
I'm impressed.
I am impressed with myself, to be honest with you.
You should be.
I love it, and I struggle with not using beautiful yarn, just cranking them out. I struggle with that because everyone deserves a beautiful, perfect prayer shawl. So, yet I could never afford to make them with gorgeous yarn. If it's a friend who I would love to give one to, I will buy beautiful yarn. But a lot of these, sadly, are not used for that long. Right. And then, so yeah. But anyways, I'm super happy about this.
So what's that candy shop yarn like? Tell me about it.
It is 100% acrylic. And it's just got these, like, I love looking at the ball, all the different colors.
Is it a surprisingly soft acrylic, or is it what you would expect of an acrylic?
No, it has a very nice feel. Like the problem is a lot of us in this community are just spoiled by gorgeous yarns because we love to work with beautiful material. This has been a complete joy to work with. Nothing about it has made me unhappy.
Yeah.
And crocheting is magic.
It really is. Once you get into that rhythm, like, I mean, we have the granny square blankets, but like, yeah, you can just fly.
Yeah, you fly. And you know what? I always pick up crochet between 2 and 3 times a year. I love to crochet. It's not my go-to, but in a car, crocheting is fantastic.
For sure.
Fantastic. So at first I wasn't going to show this, but I'm super proud of it.
I'm so happy you did. That's beautiful. And whoever,
I think so.
I feel like whoever gets it is going to be like,
I feel like it's super special. That is the hard part when I'm not making one that I feel is delicious yarn. I'm not feeling like, oh, this is so special. This to me is very special and I love it. Not to brag, but it's not me. It's the pattern in the yarn.
You should love it.
I love it. So that was, I'm not kidding you, that was 3 days of work, like 2 nights. I could make that whole thing if I sat down.
Yeah.
In probably a day.
Wow.
I mean, my hand would hurt. We're talking 8 hours.
Right.
We're talking like crocheting like it's my job for the day.
Right.
So maybe I'll do that and bring 4. That would blow everyone out of the water. They'd be like, she's the new queen. I just kind of slink in and slink back out again. And I'm like, shush.
I'm not here.
I'm just here. I know. And they're like, really? They try to be so kind, like, oh, it's so pretty. What yarn is that? Same yarn that you've seen every single month that I've come.
Same one.
I'm tempted to rip out the knitted one and crochet with that yarn.
Good. If the crocheting,
do it faster.
If the crocheting brings you more joy, you should do that.
I might have to do that. Anyways, that was another project of the week.
I love that. I'm so glad you shared it. So I will show you my finished object. It is my first finished object of the Legacy Fiber Arts Fancy Feet Knit Along.
You go, girl.
Let's be honest. I had one of these socks already done before the KAL even started. So like, but I'm hosting it. I can't win anything.
No, you're just being an example.
Exactly.
They're so pretty.
Thank you. These are my Cyril Socks, knit out of Legacy Fiber Arts yarn, our Cozy Toes base in the Foxtail colorway. Did I say they're the Cyril Socks?
Yes.
Okay, Cyril Socks, the pattern by Danielle George of the Little Bobbins Knits and Little Bobbins Designs. I'm sorry, the Little Bobbins Knits podcast.
So pretty.
Thank you. Like I said, I had started these before the knit along started. I have talked about them at length in other podcasts. I am obsessed with this pattern. Obsessed. And in following the hashtag and seeing all of your projects, I've seen so many people cast on this pattern and say that they're loving it too. So I'm so happy.
That is so fun. I know. I'm just impressed at how many people, like I keep seeing the hashtag going, oh my, I have to start following that hashtag.
Yes, it's a good one.
I have to follow that. I only follow the Legacy Fiber Arts. I got to remember to do that.
Yeah, or the LFA Fancy Feet KAL. I'll put it on the screen. She is not happy.
Miss Lily. She's like, well, I hear Grandma's voice. She's not calling my name.
She's yawning. So we'll come visit in a little bit. So I knit the medium size, and I'll put all the notes in my Ravelry page, but I believe it was 64 stitches. I knit them on size US 1s, DPNs, Knitter's Pride Zings. There is an Eye of Partridge heel written into the pattern. I don't think I'm giving anything away. You can kind of... No. And it's just such an enjoyable knit. The fit is amazing. And
I'm gonna have to knit those. I don't think I've got to get some for patterns. I don't think I bought any yet.
You should. I've
been buying patterns like crazy lately.
Oh my God, they're so fun to buy.
Like I see something, go, oh, I might want to make that click.
No. It's good. It's good to have a full library. That way, when you're inspired, you can go.
But then I feel like I'm not. I'm always inspired by something new that shows up. All right.
Not the worst thing.
Supporting designers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's important.
Very important. So yes, this is my finished object for the week, for the year, for the everything for right now, because I'm not finished.
Yes. And I don't think right now there's any foxtails in the shop, and I've got to remedy that. I've been thinking about that this week. That is a colorway I've got to get back in there. So I will get that done.
Yeah, you guys are gobbling it up, which I'm so happy because it's one of my favorites. The last thing I want to talk about is how much yarn I have left. I have not weighed it, but
a lot.
It's a size, and this was after I knit a square in my blanket too.
That's a lot. That might be a real. Oh, you know what you need? You need the Mayer, and then you could do Mayer socks with that as heels and cuffs.
Yes, I agree.
I love that color. That was the original intent. Like I said last week, was to put that with Mayer, the Mayer.
And that could very easily, yeah, you're right. So maybe I'll hang on to this. I was planning on like giving it to somebody, but maybe I'll wind a little bit off. But anyway, so the point of the matter is our skeins are very large and you can get a lot of miles out of them. Like I could put the crochet blanket. I could put the...
Well, and it's interesting because those were long.
Oh, yeah.
Long legs, calves, whatever you call that part.
They're they're sizable socks, and I didn't.
They are. That's amazing. And now, did you use a cashmere base, or did you use? You did. Oh, that's a treat.
I was spoiled with these socks.
That's a treat.
Yeah, between the pattern, the squishy yarn, my favorite needles, it was like literally the most delicious knit in the world.
It is.
So that's. I only have one more thing. So you go and.
I only have one more thing. Well, then I have stitching, but we'll keep that for the end, and it's not a ton.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at these.
My heart is racing. They're, oh my God, they're so beautiful.
Okay, picture this. I think I'm going to do this. I think it's going to work. Mm-hmm. These are lined. This is going to be the lining.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be gorgeous.
Look at so I'm using my size 4s. I went up a needle size, and it is the, hold on. I finally got it to print off. Sweet Nectar Mitts by Tanis of Tanis Fiber Arts, who I am a secret fan of Tanis. I'm sure she doesn't even know who we are. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
You've said that for years and years and years. Like, you have always been a fan of hers.
Yes, I love her. So this pattern is, well, I shouldn't show that part. It's so easy. One thing I did differently, and I don't know that I'm giving anything away. I don't think I am. There's a part in the directions where it's made for a picot edge. Mm-hmm. But you get that picot edge by knitting and then creating the edge and then knitting again, and then you put the flap up and sew it. I did not want to sew it, so I knit it together.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think it works. I just didn't want to later on have to pull out and not have it line up, so I literally just knit the stitches together as I started the next row.
It looks beautiful.
I think people will know what I mean that have done this before. I learned that somewhere else, and I was like, why couldn't I do it now? And I did it, and I think it's fine. But this is going to be in there. So, again, I have not even looked at the directions, but I know you make a liner. And I made the fiddlehead mittens. I made lots of those at one point. They're my favorite, although...
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm loving this pattern.
Yeah.
And I used mohair for those. And it said to double it for those, and I never saw that direction. So I never did. So I'm not going to double it. I'm just going to knit it. This is our new mohair, which we can talk about later. I love these mittens. This is the pucker kit. Mm-hmm. So we have lots of different kits, which I'll, again, show later. And the other thing is I can't wait to make the next mitten because it's different.
That I was going to say that.
Which is genius.
Yes.
Genius. So the minute this is done, Although I wish I had more of these needles because I would start the inner. I don't know. But anyways.
And so talk about why you're knitting those.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Poor Denise and Rachel. I don't put the hashtags on. Denise was like, would you mind adding? And I'm like, of course. I should have done it to begin with. I'm the worst. So it is Denise and Rachel. Denise, Earth Tone Girls, Rachel, Treehouse Knits are doing a summer Mitten KAL. So it's the hashtag is summer Mitten KAL.
I'll put it on the screen.
Thank you. And they Denise had asked us, like, would you want, I can't remember, like, dye up some yarn for this? And we were like, what color are you thinking? And then she told us. And so we created Hot Tomato just for her. When I show, they're all together. I won't show like piecemeal. Oh, there we go. Hot Tomato. And then I was like, well, I need to knit some of these. These are going to be Christmas gifts this year, I think.
I was thinking, yeah.
I think they're going to be Christmas gifts because it's such a fast knit. Such a fast knit. And so the kits come with one of each color. And the thing that you have to remember is if you're making them and you're picking out yarn, you need stark contrast. Stark contrast in order for the design to really work. But look at those beautiful colors within there.
All of the mitten kits that you dye floor me when I see them worked up.
I love them. Okay, we did put something in the Etsy shop because I'm always concerned when there's a saturation of color as far as any bleeding. Obviously we work our hardest to set the colors and we get them set, but you just never know. So I woke up the other morning like, oh my gosh, what if they bled? Oh my gosh, I was like panicked about it. So we put a blurb in with these is throw a color catcher in when you soak them in cold water with a color catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know.
I can't stand how much I love these.
Oh my God. See, you're getting me really excited. I've been saying this for a couple of days now. I need to cake mine up and I need to cast them on and I need to find the right pattern. The Selbu mittens are kind of calling.
I was going to say, I would look over at Ellie's, at her mittens. I think I bought all of her mittens and all of her socks. You can buy the books, like ebooks. So I cannot wait. I know Denise cast on those, and I know Rachel is doing these colors. Say that again.
She finished hers, and actually, we should share what she said.
Yes, I was going to say you can tell her what because that's such good information.
Yes,
and I thought it, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yes. So Rachel, who just finished her pair of mittens using our Emerald City mitten kits, sent us a message saying that she has enough after finishing her pair of mittens to knit a whole second pair of mittens. So if you have two patterns that you really like and you want to do color work mittens, if you want to knit two, keep one for yourself, give one pair as a gift,
or switch the colors around.
You have enough yardage in our kits to be able to make two full pairs of color work mittens.
Which that makes it so inexpensive when you look. Sorry, that was like a little something flew by. It really does because it's it's a lot of money for one pair of mittens, but if you can get two pairs out, oh my gosh, that's a steal. So yeah. I think you would really enjoy one of Ellie's patterns because of the geometrics. It's going to be easy to see where, like this, it's not hard at all, but like this is the easiest because the pattern. You don't have to keep referring to the graph. But something I always say when I use a graph, I use highlighter tape. It is a lifesaver. And this sounds ridiculous to say out loud, but when I realized this was a trick, I was like, oh, it makes all the difference in the world. The tape goes above the row you're working on, not below it. Because then it just keeps your eyes, it doesn't make your eyes dance all around.
Right.
That was a huge trick for me that someone else shared. And I was like, oh, I put it below it. And maybe that's just really dumb of me. I don't know.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But, oh my gosh, I'm enjoying it. I cannot wait to start the interior mitten. I cannot wait. because I want to make sure the mohair works. I'm 99.9% sure it's going to be fantastic. But I want to make sure.
Nice. That's so exciting. And I don't think I'm going to line mine, but I don't know why. For me, I'm just not aligned. Like,
it's a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of extra work. Ellie's don't have linings. A lot of them don't have linings. I love the feel of it. And these, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep. I'm hoping I'm going to keep.
I think you should. They're good.
I think I should too. And I really needed to go up that needle size. They would have been tiny. And I have found that in every mitten I've made.
Yeah.
Every mitten I've made, I've found that I have to go up a size.
And I think I'm going to follow suit and do the same.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So the last thing that I have to show is my Boxy sweater because I finished the first sleeve.
Did you try it on?
I did.
And is it perfect?
So here's my worsted Boxy.
I want to make one of these. Oh my God, it's so pretty.
So fun. And it was so fun to knit. And I knit it out of Bloom and Fiber Arts worsted Targhee base in their everyday gray color, which is this light gray. And then because I was playing a little bit of yarn chicken, I decided to do the second, let's say half of my sleeve in deep unrelenting gray, which is the same base and everything. It's just a different colorway. Now the pattern for this does not call for a long sleeve. It calls for a shorty sleeve. But I already have one with shorty sleeves and I really wanted to make this something that I could wear on its own in the wintertime and still keep me super warm. So I did long sleeves for this one. And I did a really long cuff, which I like.
I love long cuffs.
It's super cute. I'll try and get a picture today to put on the screen so you can kind of see how it falls on my arm. But it goes to about right here.
You are going to live in that.
I think so. I hope so.
You are.
And I did. So I'm trying to think. So I cast on, I believe it was 44 stitches for the arm. And I did not decrease at all. I just did it all the way down and it hugs my arm nicely, not too tight. And then I did 1x1 ribbing for the cuff. I did Jenny's super stretchy bind off for the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And it fits perfectly. So I almost did, because I saw how it trumpeted out like this. And
But think about it. That's what your hand does.
And I didn't even think of that. I just had known that I wanted to be able to roll my cuffs back if I needed to wash the dishes or do something with Lily that I didn't want the sleeves to get dirty. So, but yeah, then when I put it on, I was like, oh, this actually works perfect. It's exactly how I wanted it to fit.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm super psyched about it. I'm going to cast on the second arm, or sleeve, I'm sorry, today. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Hopefully I'm able.
You will.
I'm going to hop right back onto Sleeve Island and hopefully enjoy my stay and then put away.
I feel like you're just on a roll.
I kind of am.
It's a good thing.
I'm loving it.
It's a good thing. I'm trying to be on a roll.
It's hard. You need to it's so weird. You have to wait until the energy hits you and then it's just.
Well, it's always taking advantage of high energy, which is something I try to do. Is when I'm in that place, take advantage of it. So yes.
I totally agree. Yeah. I love that I can fold it now when I put it away in my bag. And I think I showed this last time, but I'm housing it in my Fat Squirrel Speaks bag that I got at Needles Up Rhinebeck.
I love that.
Me too.
I love that.
So anyway, that is everything I have to show. So take it.
Okay. All I have left is stitching, and then we can go into what the shop is looking like and some business stuff. And that way, if people aren't interested, they don't have to continue. But look at me.
Oh my gosh.
So I am completely caught up with this series.
You are?
I've done 4. There's only 4 out. This one, I think everyone saw. These 2 are going to my finisher tomorrow. I think I forgot 1 stitch on this one. They're going to my finisher tomorrow. I love when they leave my house. It feels so good. Then I stitched another piece, which is a super big surprise for you for your housewarming, and I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait till it's like.
I can't wait to see it.
It's so exciting. You'll be shocked.
Oh, I know.
So then I worked. Today is Witchy Wednesday. So after my errands, I'm coming back to work on this. This is the whatever that I've talked about for the last so many weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the spiders and the bat.
Look at how far you've gotten.
I know. This was Witchy Wednesday last week. I did all of that.
Oh my God.
I know. So I'd like to think I have to go get her hat colorway. I'd like to think I could get her hat and hair maybe done.
Yeah. And I love that your needle minder is 3 weeks.
Oh, and this is terrible because we actually have conversations about this and I can't remember her name, but this was sent to me a long time ago and it's my favorite, my absolute favorite. And she made a comment on like how she's so happy that I'm enjoying it so much. And I'm not enjoying it so much. I love it.
Yes.
Love it. So I'm still loving to stitch. That's never going to go away again. I'm like really, I'm loving it. I'm loving watching floss tubes. I love it. And I'm trying to be pretty focused. I have quite a few things going that I can't share right now, but Witchy Wednesday.
I like, it's so funny looking at that. Like, I can feel how excited you are about, like, just, I'm thinking of you, like, sitting down and, like, looking at the needle minder and looking at the witches and picking up, like, I can just feel the joy that you feel just by looking.
It's heaven. It's heaven to work on. And I just love the designs of today because I was in this industry 20 years ago and it was fine. It wasn't like I didn't like the designs, but there's so much between floss tube and the designers that are just so hot right now. Like there's so much excitement around it. When I was in the industry, this did not exist.
Right.
If it had, I probably would still be in the industry if it was like it was today, because I don't want to say it's easier, but there's easier ways to market now, where then it was like old school.
Yep.
And so I love watching the floss tubes. I love feeling the enthusiasm people have for the threads. It's the same as the knitting podcasting world. It's exactly the same. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. And I love how there's so many of us knitters that are also stitchers. Joanna and I, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Like we go back and she's so sweet. She sends me texts like, I hope you have a good week. And she's just so sweet. And I love her, Joanna. You know how much I love you.
And we should say that's Joanna of the, oh my God, what's her podcast?
Stitching the High Notes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Stitching the High
Upper Joe.
Yeah, Upper Joe.
I just talk like everyone knows her.
I know. Well, I just figured it's worth saying because it's such a great podcast that if anybody loves stitching and crafting like we do, she is one you should be running over to watch. So
yes, you should absolutely watch her. And she shares her stitching with me. And she's so enthusiastic about my stitching. And I just love how we all really do what we want to do. It's not like, oh, we're just knitters. We're not just knitters. We're so much more than just knitters. So I'm loving it. I might even run out to the stitch shop today.
You should. That should be your motivation to get out.
I know. We'll see. I can't decide. You know me. It'll be 4:00. Darn it, I didn't go out. I couldn't decide what to do. So that was my stitching. I did a lot of other stitching, but I cannot share that. So I had a super productive week and dyed a ton.
You did. And should we talk about what you've been dyeing?
Yes, let's talk about it.
So for anybody that is uninterested in shop stuff, great to see you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Yes.
And for anybody that is interested, it is shop. We should find something fun to call it. Like
we should. We're not good at that. We'll try though.
We'll try. Anyway, this is what we have.
the first thing that we should talk about before I show anything, because I feel like then we'll forget about this, is, believe it or not, I have started dyeing up the advent calendars, which is so fun. It's so fun. I just realized that it is time to get started on it, because I never like to do it under like a lot of stress. So my goal is to every day maybe dye up a couple colors and just put them away for when it happens. Which, did we even tell them when it was going to happen last week? Did we already share that? I can't remember.
No.
I don't know. So we'll put it out there again. Do we know when it is? I'm pretty sure it's July 1st.
I'm pretty sure it's July 1st too, but I'm just going to double check.
Double check. So, so I am busy preparing for that, and I am loving it. And the first 3 colorways are done, and I'm so beside myself excited about them, because when you do these advent calendars, you're pretty sure there's not a color left in the world to create. And somehow magically it happens again. And it is magical, because I don't sit down with any big plans at all except to get started. So that is started.
So, okay, the dates, I just double checked that I wasn't telling you guys the wrong information, because we have a few things that we're working on. But anyway, so we are going to be listing them July 1st, 2018. I will put a post out saying what time, because I don't think we've chosen that yet. And they will be shipping by, at the latest, October 1st of this year.
I have a feeling it will probably be closer to September 1st, because I like to get them out before our Needles Up event. I like to clear the house of them. And then you have to be really strong and not open them until December 1st. You can do whatever you want with them. It is your money. You can enjoy them to whatever extent you want. And I realize that is a hardship it's hard to get them and just put them aside for a couple months.
I would have to have Justin hide it for me.
I know. But last year, I think I got them out by either September 1st or October 1st. And it's just, for me, I have your money, so I want you to have my product. Mm-hmm. So I feel better about it to get them out sooner. So bottom line is, I've started working on them. I'm beyond excited. We are upping our production this year a little, and that makes me excited. So yeah. Okay, that's number 1 that's going in the shop. Mm-hmm. What is in the shop that we put in yesterday, and it's not a huge batch because they were experiments. I have more coming, and there will be a lot more going in, but I don't know why I put it so close to my face, because next thing you know, I'm going to be like, okay, so whoa, you'd think it was 1 o'clock. Nope, it's 11.
Whatever.
I'm grateful. Guac. So it's a lot of our colorways, but on mohair.
Mm-hmm. And we're calling it our cloud base for anybody.
Cloud base. Peaches and cream. I believe these are all gone.
I think they are too.
Lagoon. Pretty true to color. They're very soft. Oh my gosh, dyeing these was heavenly. I wished I had thousands to dye. Thousands. It was so much fun. Pop Fizzle. Look at the colors in there.
I love that.
I do too. And I have to remember names. Cotton Candy. Which, this is so cotton candy. There's no other name for it. There's probably, if anyone else dyes pink mohair, I'm sure it's called cotton candy, because there's no other name for it. Really, truly.
And I wanted to mention, for anybody that doesn't follow us on Instagram, go follow us on Instagram. I'll put our handle on the screen, but we've posted about them. So if you wanted to see closer up pictures, head over there. I'll be doing another post about them so that you guys have more information. But yeah, it's a good place to find any information about our upcoming yarns or yarns that we have in the shop.
Yes, and I cannot even tell you how many of our colorways you can put these with. Like, every colorway these go with. Mm-hmm. So, and we did have someone actually question us saying, would this go with that? feel free to do that. And we will be very honest with you, like absolutely or no, not really.
Mhm.
Don't hesitate if you have a question. It is hard to buy yarn on the internet. Let's be honest. It's hard to know, but they go beautifully with so many of our colors. So my thoughts is, well, first I'm using it for the lining.
Mhm.
Next, I'm thinking I'm going to pick like my favorite shawl and just combine it with one of those colors downstairs. Something that I don't know for a fact, but I feel like I've heard through the grapevine or somebody told me, do not use, well, that was so strong because I could be wrong. Maybe don't use your ball winder on these.
Yes.
I believe you would have better results if you wound them by hand. I think you can still use your Swift and put it on there, but then I would wind by hand. But you guys, I'm dying over these.
I can't wait to read. I think I have a project picked out to knit with it because I haven't knit with mohair in so long. And darn it, every time Molly's on the screen talking about mohair, I'm like, I have got to knit with mohair.
I know. I agree with you. This one, I am going to dye up again with some peaches and cream and the cashmere base. And holy cow, what a shawl that would make.
I know.
So more will be coming. There's just a smattering of it in there because I was really deciding whether or not it's a line we wanted to carry.
Right.
So next, what's in the shop is our mitten kits. Oh my gosh. They don't have to be for mittens alone. I'm calling them mitten kits. But also don't forget Ellie's socks.
Yep.
They're perfect for those. So this is the purple people eater.
Mm-hmm.
This is pucker, which this was one of those things. It is so funny when I sent you the picture and I was like, what do you think? Every time I saw this, I was like, sweet tarts, like with that.
Yeah.
And when you said pucker, I was like, that's really weird. Because I was saying sweet tarts because it made me pucker.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny.
Brilliant minds think alike.
They do.
Emerald City.
And we should mention the pucker is paired with the vanilla bean colorway, whereas
yeah.
ones are paired with our silver linings. I think.
Silver lining. And then this is the hot tomato. I believe right now there might only be one of these. And I am going to be dyeing up more of all of them.
Yeah.
So don't be discouraged if you go in or send me off a note.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been really able to do a lot of when people send me notes, like somebody was like, oh, I really need elephant ears. It's like, well, the shop is empty, so I'll dye up a bunch. So don't hesitate when you're looking for something, because if it can fit in my schedule, I make it fit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is that all we have? I mean, we have lots in the shop, but that's the new and exciting.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, there is plenty in the shop still. It feels good to have such a stocked shop because I feel like, I don't know, anybody that wants anything on any given moment can really go in there and kind of just take.
I am enjoying this model so much, as opposed to having updates. I mean, the advent calendar has to be an update. It's really the only way to do it, to get the word out. And I do believe we will have like a Halloween and a Christmas update because that's just how we roll. But on the day-to-day basis, I love just putting yarn in the shop after I dye it. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the frustration level for our customers is gone. It felt like, oh, I can never get it, so I'm not even going to try, which I understand that a lot. So yeah, I'm hoping people are enjoying it as much as we're enjoying it.
Yes, I totally agree.
So yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like that's all.
I feel like it is. The only thing we are putting up our VIP tickets.
Yes, we are. We are putting. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you probably have the right information.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we are going to be listing 65 VIP Needles Up Rhinebeck tickets at noon on Saturday, June 16th. Oh my God, I can't get anything out. So yes, all of this information will be in our show notes in the down bar on YouTube.
Yes. So. And we will put a post up in Instagram, and we held back like 10 tickets so that each of our vendors could do giveaways for their followers. So if you don't happen to get them, they do tend to go rather quickly. Now that I've said that, they'll sit in there for 3 days. So don't worry. But if that happens and you aren't able to get them, make sure you watch Lisa of Fiber Nymph does a podcast. Amy Beth does a podcast. Who am I forgetting? I'm not sure if Martha does a podcast, but they will have ways. They're each being given 2 tickets for their followers to give away how they choose. So there's always a chance.
And what I can do for you guys is in our show notes, I will put each of our vendors and where you can find them on the internet, all okay. Places. That way you can go and follow them or subscribe to their podcast, so that you can really be in the forefront if you're looking to win some VIP tickets.
Yes, yes. Plus, they're all very fun to watch.
Oh, they're amazing. You should be following them anyway. So,
anyways, yeah. So those tickets will go up, and the reason we do them earlier rather than later is for people planning their trip, because it is on Friday and not everyone plans to get there on Friday. Although I think that's starting to be a trend, is to get in Thursday night so they have Friday before for either our event or Indie Untangled. And she's like, here I am on camera.
Hello.
It's Lily. See, I'm on camera. What's this about? Who are we talking to?
Grammy. Yeah.
She's so happy with herself. So yeah, we have so much exciting business stuff going on right now.
That's what I was going to say. You just reminded me. So, speaking of more exciting business stuff, kind of in the same vein, we are so close to having 10,000 subscribers to our podcast.
I think of that every week.
We are so close. And I was thinking that we could do a little 10K giveaway when we do hit it. So if you are like us and watch this podcast and are not a subscriber, because I do that with literally every podcast.
Every podcast that I'm sure I'm subscribed to. Nope.
Yep. So we would love to hit the 10,000 number. So if you do watch and you are not subscribed, please, please, please go down and hit the subscribe button. And if you are a new viewer and you happen to enjoy this podcast and would like to keep continuing to follow along.
How could you not enjoy? Look at that double face.
Get this little double chin.
Oh.
Yes, just go down and hit subscribe. It also helps us gain exposure on YouTube for any crafters out there looking for new material to watch. So yes, I just wanted to, I do think we'll do a 10K giveaway when we do hit that number. And
absolutely. And it will be a pretty terrific prize. We'll come up with it, but it's going to be good. I can feel it. I have some thoughts.
Yeah, like think of all the new things that we have in our shop. Think about patterns. Like we could get a pretty significant bundle together.
Yeah.
So yes, head on over and subscribe if you don't already.
Perfecto.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a good way to wrap it up.
I think so. I think we've done everything we talked about. I think so.
So yes, thank you to everybody for sticking it out and watching with us. Hopefully you enjoyed. And because I will be moving within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, like Mom said, you might see the two of us together before then, or if not, I'll try and sneak a shorty in there so that you guys don't go a week without a podcast. But
yeah, we'll do the best we can. Yeah, and then with your move, there could be some pretty cool things happening with the business on your end, which we're excited about.
Fingers crossed.
So yeah, it's a lot of good coming. It just feels so exciting.
So exciting. And
so exciting. And we couldn't do any of it without you guys. So thank you, as usual.
Thank you so much. And we will keep you, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to have a lot of fun once we get into the new house, do like a house tour, and we'll keep you guys involved. So
I know. Are you going to have your own craft room?
Oh, a little spit up there, huh, sweetie pie?
Oh.
Of course, I don't have anything to wipe it up with. Let's use my shirt.
He's like, okay.
That works, Mommy. I don't think I'm going to have a craft room, but I'm going to have space in the basement. And then the playroom, which this isn't going to make sense to anybody, but that playroom off of the kitchen that we're going to have for her stuff, I'm going to have a corner there with a computer desk and probably keep yarn. That way I can be working in the playroom.
That's perfect.
And kind of do a little double duty when I can.
Yes.
And it's nice and light in there. It's, surrounded by windows. I think it'll be a really nice spot.
I can't even imagine you in more space. You're going to be like...
The only time I've lived in space is when I lived at home.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. I'm very excited for it.
It's so exciting. All right, let's call it.
All right, everybody. We got to get out for our walk this afternoon.
Yes, and I've got to get out, period.
Out of the house.
I still have yarn to rinse from the Advent color of the day.
Ooh, which is beautiful. Okay.
So excited about it.
So, Lily's going to help. Do you want to hold on?
Needles up, Lily.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We will see you again soon. And like we always say,
needles up.
Needles up. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.